So, when you bought your gaming laptop, it was fast, it was smooth, and everything ran great. And then, 2 years later, it feels like you're gaming on a potato. What? I have experienced this with my own laptop, and I talked about it with several friends, and most of them go through the exact same thing. And the frustrating part, almost all of it is preventable. There are basically two reasons that this happens to your laptop. It's your software or your hardware. And today we're gonna go through both of them. Let's start with software, because this one catches most people off guard. Windows is not great at cleaning up after itself. Over time it accumulates a massive pile of files, updates, leftovers, temporary files, cache stuff that just sits there doing nothing. And Windows doesn't delete them automatically, they just pile up. Now, for some people this is barely noticeable, but for me, for Dan, and for a bunch of my friends, it happens basically every time. And at some point your C drive is just stuffed with junk, and that actually matters more than people think. Windows needs free space to function, and this keeps happening no matter how clean you keep your system. Thanks to all that, I recommend doing a fresh Windows install roughly once a year. It makes your laptop generally feel like new every time. The other big software killer is startup programs. Over time you install things, Steam, Spotify, some random app from 2 years ago that you forgot about, and a lot of them add themselves to the startup without asking. So every time your laptop boots, it's trying to launch 15 things at once. Go into Task Manager, hit the Startup tab and disable everything that doesn't need to run the moment you turn on your computer. You'll notice the difference immediately. I personally have little to none startup programs, and while you're at it, drivers. A lot of people just never update their drivers. Outdated drivers can cause stutters, crashes and straight up worse performance in games. Just keep them updated. Now this is the one most people straight up ignore, and honestly this one matters even more. Where do you use your laptop? Be honest. On your bed, right? Maybe on the couch, on the carpet, on your lap, on a soft surface. And if that's you, your laptop is slowly choking. Gaming laptops generate a lot of heat, and they need airflow underneath to breathe. When you put them on a soft surface, you're blocking the vents. The fans spin up, they pull in air, and instead of cool air, they're just recirculating hot air. Or worse, pulling in dust and pet hair, crumbs and whatever else is in your bed. Raise the back of your laptop so that it can pull air. Even a small stand or a cheap laptop cooler makes a real difference. Let it breathe, you don't need an expensive laptop cooler. But here is the bigger problem, the one that actually degrades performance over time, even if you're doing everything else right. Thermal paste. Every gaming laptop uses some sort of thermal compound between the processor and the heatsink to transfer heat efficiently. And that compound dries out. After 2 or 3 years it's basically gone and beyond. Your CPU and GPU can't cool properly. They throttle themselves to avoid overheating, and your performance sucks. This is genuinely one of the biggest reasons gaming laptops slow down over time, and almost nobody talks about it the right way. Now, you can fix this yourself. If your laptop has standard screws on the bottom, and if you're comfortable with basic stuff, this is a pretty approachable repair. You unscrew the bottom panel, find the heatsink screws, lift it off, wipe off the old dried paste with some isopropyl alcohol, apply fresh paste and put everything back together. For the paste itself, I personally use and recommend Arctic MX series, the MX4 or the MX7. I've tested the MX4 in power-hungry gaming laptops, and they perform great even to this day. Not sponsoring them, just generally what I use. If your laptop uses liquid metal, don't try to do the maintenance yourself. Go to a repair shop, as handling liquid metal can easily break your device. On a side note, when you're putting the bottom panel back on, make sure every screw goes back in the right hole. Laptop screws are often different lengths for different spots. If you put a long screw in a short screw hole and your laptop heats up, the plastic around it can actually melt and warp. It's a weird specific thing, but it happens a lot and it looks terrible. And while you've got the bottom off, clean the fans and the vents too. A can of compressed air aimed at the vents does a lot. I personally use a toothbrush. Just be careful to disconnect the fans before attempting to clean them, as their rotation can generate electricity, and irregular electricity in a laptop can easily just break it. That's really it. There is no secret fix, no magic software. Keep your C drive clean, keep your drivers updated, and your startup programs under control. Use your laptop on a hard surface, let it breathe, get a cooler if you can, or just lift the back of your laptop. And every couple months open it up, clean the fans and put on fresh thermal paste. Do those things and your laptop will perform almost exactly like it did on day one. Most people just never do any of this. And then they wonder why their laptop feels like it's 10 years old instead of 2. If you found this useful, drop a like and tell me what would you like to know about in the next video. Take care of your laptop exactly like